Hi besties and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be touring my finished cottagecore island Foxtail, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. We've pretty much decorated this entire island over on my Twitch stream and on TikTok live, and I'm so excited to finally be able to share it with you guys. It feels so special to have decorated an entire island pretty much with all of you, so that's really awesome. Foxtail is literally just a cozy, cute cottagecore kind of grandma-y island. I just wanted it to be so cozy and relaxing, and it has a ton of picnic areas, so if you're looking for forest core or cottagecore inspiration, then this island will be perfect for you. I do have all of the codes that I've used on this island saved in my Pinterest, which is linked in my description box below, and there is a Pinterest board titled Foxtail for you guys to grab all of the codes that you want from this island. But without further ado, let's jump into the tour. I figured we would start the tour over at the airport. I decided to use a Totoro flag for this island just because I love Studio Ghibli, and you'll see a lot of like not so subtle nods to a few of the movies, even though this isn't an explicitly Studio Ghibli themed island. I just really loved it, so I wanted to incorporate little nods to as many of the movies as I could, so I will be pointing that out as we continue on the tour. But here is the final map of Foxtail. I love how it looks. Honestly, the final little stretch of this island was so difficult to decorate because I felt like I was running out of space, but I just think the map looks so full and fun. And yeah, these are our villagers. We've got Chief, Kiki, Zell, Sally, Bones, Melba, Maggie, Teddy, Lolly, and Olive. I really love this villager lineup. I think there are so many cuties here, and of course I finally had to have my dreamy Kiki on an island again. The dream address is at the bottom of the map though if you wanted to follow along with me, but yeah. The airport is yellow. I believe my native fruit on this island was peaches, but I can't quite remember. But immediately off the airport, you are greeted by this cozy little cottage behind us. And then we have like a little sitting area here. I really wanted to do sort of like a traditional cottagecore entrance with the like telephone and the public bench. I don't know. It just reminds me so much of like the kind of decorating I did early in the game. And then I love that the stroller has an actual like little bear inside of it. It's so freaking cute, so I decided to put that here. Look at that! You'll notice as we go around that a lot of the shops that I built on this island are run by bears, so I felt like that was a nice little nod. But as you go up here, it leads to this very tiny little cottage. I honestly was inspired by this code to do the entire island, so I started off with this, and I don't think I used it ever again, but I just really think that it encapsulates the general vibe that I was going for this island. I think Kiki is enjoying it as well. And then there's just like a little laundry area off to the side here. Very cottagecore, you know, very typical. And then over here is our first little picnic area. I actually love how this one turned out. I think the ukulele is one of the cutest little items in the game, and I forgot all about using the piano bench, but I think it looks so cute with that particular custom code blanket. As we go this way, it leads us to the post office, which is kind of like a cool little double area because you can kind of see like the bookstore behind plus resident services. I wanted this area to be somewhat smaller, so yeah. And then over here we have a little writing area. I was thinking that this could be like an activity area where you go and write letters to your pen pal or something like that. And yeah, of course it's run by a bear. You'll see that throughout most of this island tour. All of the villagers are hanging out in the plaza today, and it's so freaking cute. I love it so much. I'm honestly not really sure which way to take you guys, so I guess I'll take you this way, which is the last part of the island that I finished, which was Nook's Cranny. So Nook's Cranny ended up being like a little hodgepodge of different items. It's honestly giving like a little bit of a warehousey vibe. I don't know. I just threw a bunch of stuff in front of here that I thought would look cute and just put a bunch of trees around there, and I think it turned out pretty adorable. And then across from Nook's Cranny we have this overgrown soccer field. I don't know what possessed me to want to put a soccer field on my island, because I honestly don't know what possessed me to put a soccer field on my island, because I am pretty much the least athletic person in the entire world, but I love how overgrown this looks, and I love the little water bottle and the shoes. I think it's so cute, and it fits really well. It also takes up a good amount of space, because by this point in the island I was kind of ready to be done. As we go down here, it leads us to a sunken little, there is no way you're asking to move away right here. We're in the island tour. The island is finished. Melba! Melba, are you serious? What is going on right now? No, you can't leave. We're doing the finished island tour. I can't even believe that. Melba. But this little area is the beginning of our camping sort of section of the island. It's one of the more natural areas of the island. And then there's a little campsite up on the cliff. There's also a hammock at the top level, but it's a little bit difficult to see. I really wanted this area to be a sunken kind of waterfall walkthrough type of thing. And I wanted there to be a lot of bugs here. So I put bug models everywhere. Of course, we have the sleepy fox up there on the cliff, just kind of hanging out and enjoying the natural part of the island. And then you have to climb up into the actual like campsites. So over here is a campsite that hasn't actually been set up yet, but it's all ready for you if you know, wanted to come and spend a night on Foxtail. And then over here is the actual in-game campsite, and you'll also see the first nod to Studio Ghibli, which is this little suit sprite holding a pine cone. I think he's so cute. I really wanted this area to be somewhat kind of like simple. I didn't want to over decorate it too much. I did use kind of a nauseating amount of wheat fields all over this island. As you will tell, it is kind of my thing. I tried to make a rock garden over here, and we're not going to talk about the last rock, okay? We're just not even going to speak about it. It's a rock garden. I tried. And then this is the main section of the camper area, and I actually did decorate most of the villager homes, so if you're visiting my dream address and the villagers happen to be home, then you're welcome to stop by and see what their houses look like. All right, Bones has a cozy little cabin in here. I think it's so cute. I haven't visited since we decorated this, and look at him. He must really love it in here because he's fully decorating. I just wanted it to feel like a really cozy, warm little cabin to retreat in the woods and read lots of books, and I think it's so perfect for Bones. He's such a cutie pie. I just love him so much. And then we have the little deer head on the wall, and yeah, that's the general vibe. Hopefully I didn't make you too nauseous with the camera. So unfortunately Sally is not home right now, but I made her house into an actual like welcome center for the campsite. So if she's home when you're visiting, you are more than welcome to peek in there and check it out. Over here is just a little like lounge area, so to speak. I guess I'm very torn. Like maybe we should go up here? I don't know. I think I might go down this way next. So this is Able Sisters. I wanted Able Sisters to be like a really cute crafting and sewing area. I absolutely love the old-fashioned sewing machines, and I just imagine Sable getting over her shyness and finally giving a little class to all of the villagers and them absolutely loving it. So that's the general vibe out here. Just lots of cozy crafting things. Of course, some baskets for you to go in and do some shopping. But I mostly was just really inspired by the sewing machine because I think they're so cute. I never realized you could actually turn them on. What? That's crazy. That is so fun. And then up on the cliff, I did do another little picnic area, and I tried to tie it in with what's behind there. It's a cherry orchard, so I did little pops of red, but it is kind of hard to see it from this particular vantage point. But as we go this way, we have a little plant shop, which I decorated for Maggie. It is definitely carved out in the middle of all of these trees, and she also has a little yellow flower field over here, which matches her yellow door. We did actually decorate her house as well, and it's plant shop themed, so if you wanted to go in there and check it out, you certainly can. She's not home right now, though. There is a secret ladder up here as well, which leads to another little picnic area. You can tell that I just love making picnic areas on this island, but this one is directly behind resident services, and it's also kind of interesting to be able to see Able Sisters and the orchard from this vantage point. I definitely didn't plan to coordinate the reds. It just kind of worked out that way, and I'm kind of happy about it actually. So if you climb up there, you'll get another little viewing opportunity, and then we'll just climb back down. I really don't feel like this is something that's very easy to find, and I kind of like that it feels very Easter eggy to me, so I decided to leave it there. But as we continue, we will go ahead, and there's a tiny little pathway here leading out of Maggie's house. I really wanted it to have like sort of a secret garden-y type of feel where it's just like tucked away. There's also a little fishing pier where you can kind of see her house and one of the larger kind of cliff terraforming areas that we did on the island. It's difficult to see it fully from this view, but you kind of get a good idea of what you're looking at from that. That's probably one of my favorite areas on the island, but there's a better place that we'll be able to see it here in just a second. This is on the other side of resident services, and this is one of the first areas that we built on the island. It's a giant bookstore. I absolutely love reading, so I tend to incorporate a lot of books on my island, but this one is ginormous and I just really love it. I feel like it's very different than some of the other builds that I've done. And of course, it's run by a bear. He does a great job though, you know, he really, really does. All right, as we continue on, there is a small little path over here to the left, and this leads to a flower shop, also run by a bear. There's a cozy place for you to sit and maybe read a book or just enjoy and smell the flowers. And I'll give you another little view of this. I tend to follow like the same, I don't know, little formula when I was making all of these buildings. So I feel like they all look sort of cohesive, but sort of different at the same time in their own little way. But that was the flower shop, and this kind of incorporates with Lolly's home, which is over here. She has a pink door, and I really wanted to give her lots of pops of pink, so I gave her this little pink car. And then I also gave her a little music area here, which I thought was so cute. And of course, there's a bear playing piano. Very on brand for this island. And then we have the peninsula over here. I just wanted this to be very scenic and natural, and I love the way the wheat fields look with the pops of white. Lolly also has a place to lay out on the beach, and she has a place over here to do her laundry. I really didn't decorate the beach as much on this island, so that is a rare moment where I did decorate the beaches. And then if we can continue down here really quickly, this was one of my favorite builds on the island. It is a giant flower field. I absolutely love the way this flower field turned out. I think that the plain party lights and the tractor in the center with all of the windmills looks so fun. I love it so much. And then if you're looking at the details, there are little suit sprites all over that are just holding plucked flowers, and I think they're so cute. You kind of have to look closely to see them though, and I think that makes it even more fun. But there's a little picnic area in the center here. There's another suit sprite so that you can hang out and have a little bit of a snack. And this area connects over by the entrance. So, oh Melba, see, look at, you're having a great time. You don't want to move away, right? Silly lady. But this kind of connects back to the entrance, and I guess we'll just continue and we'll go past the area that we were just in, and we'll head up the ladder right here. There is another sleepy fox up here. He's just kind of like hiding behind the bush. And then this is by far my favorite spot on the island, and this is the best place to be able to see it. This is our giant cliff overlook, and I think it looks so pretty. I feel like it's just very like natural, and I love the little ducks everywhere and the way the waterfalls are kind of like balanced out with the trees. I don't know. I just love it. I think it's so relaxing. Definitely one of my favorite little spots. And of course we've got somebody sitting here painting and enjoying the gorgeous view. And then we have a little camping area. All of the bears are just kind of hanging out and roasting some marshmallows. And then we continue along this bridge here. Lots more ducks, lots more cozy places to sit. And then we have a little villager neighborhood. I wanted to customize all of the villager homes so that the doors kind of color coordinated. The island has, the island has kind of a blue theme, if you haven't noticed the blue hyacinths throughout the island, so I wanted to incorporate that with this little neighborhood here, and I love the way the different colored doors look. If you haven't taken advantage of customizing your villagers' homes yet, you just need to have Happy Home Paradise, which is the Animal Crossing DLC. It's about $20, I think, and it's definitely worth it. Once you beat the DLC, you can decorate all of your villager homes, exteriors and interiors, and I just absolutely love that feature. I've had so much fun with it. So can't recommend Happy Home Paradise enough if you haven't tried it yet. And then over here is Blather's little classroom. Honestly, not one of my favorite builds on the island, but I do really like how it turned out anyway. I like that we incorporated the little joyride. Oh my goodness. I love that we incorporated the little gyroid back there, and then it's just kind of like fun and eclectic. Like there's somebody making some clay dinosaurs, somebody reading, maybe working on their computer. Like it just feels like a very fun little crafting area. And then here is the actual museum. If I'm being honest, I kind of hate the way that the museum looks in this game, so I tried to cover it up as best I could, and this is kind of what I ended up with. So yeah, not my favorite. I don't love the red banners, but we made it work. And then continuing along the diagonal bridge, this leads us to our lemonade stand, which I love so much. I feel like all of the codes look so fun with the pops of yellow. I've never done a build like this before, and I just really enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun to make. I especially love this little lemon code that's on the ground right there of the lemons being dropped out of the bag. I think it's adorable. And then we do have a double bridge moment there as well. In front of the lemonade stand is our orchard, and this is a cherry orchard. Of course, we've got a little suit sprite holding a cherry here. I've actually never done a cherry orchard before. I usually pick apples or pears, so this was kind of fun to just like try something a little bit new, and I think it ties in pretty well with the lemonade stand as well. There's also a little picnic over here, of course, if you can't tell, I really enjoyed making picnics all over the island. And then this leads us to Kiki's house. So Kiki's house is a little bakery, and of course it's run by a bear. I think it suits her so well though, like all of the dark tones. I love the way that we customized her house. Like it just feels so her to me, and I just love it. I love her. She's my favorite villager, but I think of all of the houses that I've ever given her before, this one is probably my favorite and feels the most like true to Kiki to me. So I really enjoyed it, and I think the pancakes are so cute as well. Okay, so to get to the last little section of the island, we do kind of have to run back through the camp area, which is fine. We get another little view. And then we have to kind of like go around the corner here. Alright, so we have to go through the beach. We do have like a small little area here. This was mostly just to kind of block off the beach, if I'm being honest, because I didn't want to decorate it. And then if we run along the beach here, we have a little suit sprite holding a shell and another little picnic area. This was the only section of the beach that I managed to really decorate. And then over here we have a villager who is soon to be moving away. He is utilizing the Timmy and Tommy moving service to move all of his belongings. So he does have a lot of boxes and stuff on the beach, but you know, he's not being messy. He's just in the process of moving. If you didn't know, that code that's on the truck is actually one of the in-game codes, and it's specifically a moving code, and I thought that was so fun, and it inspired me to do that whole build. So there is a spot right here that you can climb up and you get a really good view of my resident rep house. I really wanted it to be like a cabin in the woods, and I really do think that we managed to get that effect. I love the way that the like smoke coming from my house looks in the distance with the windmill and all of the trees. I just think it's so fun. It's also really cool at night because of those mush lamps. So yeah, I really wanted my house to just be like tucked away, kind of forgotten about, and to just be able to be an introvert on my island. Over here is another little camping area, kind of sorta, but it's also an outdoor movie theater. I really wanted to be able to change the TV to something that was like a little more natural, but it kind of just like plays whatever, so I didn't really get to pick anything there. And then I wanted the pathing around my house obviously to be very natural. I actually really struggled with this build a lot despite it being mostly trees. Yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of like hard to get the balance of everything correct. And then we have the last little area here, which is Mabel's house. And yeah, she just has a really cozy little sitting area here. Sorry, Kiki. I imagine her like wanting to entertain people a lot. So I sort of extended that over to the beach with like a little place to sit. And then she also has a picnic blanket here where you can actually lay out on the blanket and enjoy. This was one of the first builds that we did on the island. And then of course, lots of ducks. I absolutely love the decoy duck. They're one of my favorite items in the game. And that leaves us right back to the entrance on the island. I feel like the tour of a finished island always goes by so quickly, even though it took me probably, I want to say that I started this island back in July, so it's taken me quite a few months to get this done, but this very much was the island that cured my Animal Crossing burnout, and I just had so much fun decorating every last inch of it. I'm also really excited to reset and maybe work on a new island and stream. I'm going to continue to be posting on EP Isle, which if you haven't been following along, I just did a 30 days of Animal Crossing series on my channel in which we did no time traveling, no treasure islands, absolutely no cheating, and it was so much fun. So I will still be posting a lot of content on that island here on the channel. So I definitely will be starting a secret little side island over on my Twitch and TikTok streams. So definitely come and hang out with us over there if you want to see how the second island develops and what we end up doing on it. I'm so excited. But if you enjoyed this island, definitely let me know what your favorite part was in the comments below. I really hope that you guys did enjoy it, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye!